Stories of the contemporary. Stories of ages long past. Utilizing common archetypes, narrative tools, important figures, and most importantly conflict to perpetuate stories and highlight the strength and moral character of protagonists has stayed consistent evermore, with the foundation being left by the authors of many notable historical periods that facilitate how we write all the way to the current era. At a first glance, it is easy to assume that these two worlds of vastly different styles of literary work share no similarities, on the principle that how their stories unfold and ultimately act out, and the scope of each leading role's objectives varying greatly, and the factors that aid or impede their successes and victories. However, in the specific case of Dragonball, written by Akira Toriyama, mythology and ancient poetry play a central role in how he facilitates his characters' growth, their feats of strength, and exemplifying what it means to be a noble warrior, a noble person, and ultimately, a noble friend. In this video, I'll be comparing direct scenes from throughout Dragon Ball and its many iterations with text citations provided from Apollonius' Argonautica to highlight and exemplify the importance of ancient myth on the creation of the tropes, cliches, and admired characters of anime and animation today. There will be much to cover, so let's dive in with a quick synopsis of each story to give us needed context. The Argonautica, the legend of Jason of Iolcos and his quest to acquire the magical golden fleece to manifest his destiny, to claim his rightful throne through his bloodline, joined by his brigade of legendary heroes and fighters on a journey across the Ionian Sea against dragons, hostile clans, jealous kings, and an ever-troubling love life. Jason was sent to partake in this journey by fearful King Peleus, after it was prophesied that he will return to the throne if successful. Fearing this, Peleus assumes, due to how treacherous the voyage may be, that Jason and his Argonauts will never return. Jason meets notable figures, such as Phineas the Oracle, Medea the sorceress and central love interest, the Lemnian women, the Babrikians, and many more. All as the fates have decreed, it is up to Jason, his leadership and cunning nature, and his blade to guide him, with a potent divine aid to assist the voyage to the Golden Fleece. Dragon Ball's own narrative, about a Saiyan warrior named Son Goku, who was sent to Earth after the destruction of his planet by Lord Frieza, an intergalactic conqueror and ever-present powerful threat to all. Following Goku as he assimilates among the people of Earth, and using his innate powers as a Saiyan to learn new techniques, protect the people of Earth, and as the title suggests, acquire the mythical wish-granting Dragon Balls. Him, his villains, and the universe hangs in the balance as Goku and his fellow fighters become consistently stronger and improved to not only face the challenges of demons, androids, and aliens, but also to protect what they hold dear. It is not until Goku is faced with many challenges does he begin to realize that he also embodies an old Saiyan prophecy, the legendary Super Saiyan, who will defeat evil and is pure of heart. From Dragon Ball to its sequels, the life of Goku is steeped in adrenaline-pumping action, emotional dialogues, real consequences, and incredible power. As stated in the introductions of both stories, the Foundation is a powerful and malicious authority figure who uses prophecy to harm our protagonists. In the case of Peleus, this was seen through his willingness to send the Argonauts into certain peril, therefore destroying the prophecy and securing his throne. Whereas Lord Frieza is an imperialist at heart, a conqueror who revels in the act of causing misfortune to others. His attack on the Saiyan homeworld was to shatter their prophecy of the Super Saiyan, and destroy them before they could attain such power to rise against him. In both stories, the ruler dynamic is that of someone to return to later, in the literary works, to measure the accolades and accomplishments of the hero as the journey progresses. In the context of the Argonautica, this can be seen in Jason ascending to the throne, and in Dragon Balls, Frieza being defeated by Goku, as he becomes the champion of Earth and the one who will destroy him, as was foretold. Peleus can be seen as a basis for characters like Lord Frieza, given their inclination for severing prophecies at their roots, and their intense want to remain in power. This allows both characters to become despicable once fully understood given their connotations, and the payoff of Jason and Goku that much more rewarding. From these journeys that they are sent and live throughout, the focus being a mythical enchanted item that grants immense wealth or strength to the wielder is the reoccurring goal of each story. In Dragon Ball, Goku has faced many different foes all throughout his life that want to use the wish-granting Dragon Balls for their own means, but refuses to let that happen as it would harm the people of Earth. Jason, on the other hand, openly and actively wants to acquire the fleece by any means necessary to attain what he deserves. The contrast in their reasoning is an important factor to recognize, as even though Goku does not use them for himself, he always has an active role in protecting and procuring them, as does Jason with the fleece. Through the items mentioned previously, both gain allies over time. In Jason's case, this would be that of his Oracle, his beloved, and his own warriors. But to Goku, that would be his closest friends, who also take on the responsibility of protecting Earth and the Dragon Balls from wrongdoing. In the face of adversity, though, each hero rises up and fights for what they believe in. In the Argonautica and Dragon Ball, this is most easily seen when comparing Goku's younger years against King Piccolo, a strange and otherworldly being who wishes to stop anyone else from using such a power. The narrative through-line of King Amicos and King Piccolo represents that of the unknown, and the violent actions that occur when two powerful forces who are on opposing sides, the Argonauts being morally gray in this context, while Dragon Ball a clear distinction of good versus evil, as a tool to allow each band of heroes to present themselves equally as people and fighters in a strange new world. The impact of religion in the divine, gods and pantheons, who embody characteristics of their surroundings and facts of life, are present in both the Argonautica and Dragon Ball, with almost exact congruence in how the gods communicate and support our protagonists. Jason and his dialogues with the gods, his buildings of shrines, and his constant praise of Apollo and Athena do have tangible consequences and rewards to reap, as throughout the Argonautica, piety is a massive component of creating an ancient Greek hero, or what is seen as a Greek hero. Goku, on the other hand, is on a personal basis with the gods of his universe, these being Kami, which is a direct translation in Japanese to English as God, and the Kais, the upper pantheon of beings akin to that of Zeus and his brothers for the Greeks. The voyages take place in many locales, and without the guidance of holy figures that act not only as companions, but strong, resilient fighters and thinkers in their own right, to put a spotlight on this, without the character of Kami in Dragon Ball, the Dragon Balls themselves cease to exist, which bears striking similarity that without Jason and his relationship with Athena and Apollo, he would have never had been victorious in his quest. Each divine character holds mythological and religious purpose in the legends of Jason and Goku, with both relying and respecting those who rule above them, although Goku is much more outspoken. As you can tell from this, both of them rely heavily on religion being a factor in both of their narratives. Finally, to wrap this up, I want to touch upon the idea of grandfathering real quickly. For those who don't know what that is, it is when something like a term, a saying, an adage, or a specific style of writing is shown to have a chronological usage over time and is used more commonly as it is well respected. Dragon Ball is seen as the grandfather of most, if not all, modern anime and martial arts-centric animation, while Greek poetry is seen as the basis for all writing. It's crucial, if not vital, to understand that through the adoption of Greek poetry archetypes intertwined in our narratives today, to understand why our most beloved media is so impactful to us. The easiest way of putting it is, the Dragon Balls of today were the Argonautica of yesterday. Thank you for watching.